Christmas lights, see them shine in the eyes of a child. Let them shine. I used to be one of them Christmas trees in the sand. Let them shine. As I fell for your spell, Christmas spell, like a symphony through the air. Christmas flare floats a simple melody. Merry Christmas. Can you feel it? If you feel it, then sing with me. I wish you Merry Christmas. May all your dreams come true. And I hear choir singing, bells ringing by the Christmas tree. And I wonder if you could make my dreams come true and spend it here with me. Angels fly, night sky, magic lights in our heart. Light a spark. Let's bake Christmas cake and ice skate on a frozen lake. Favorite day, me free, just me, like a big family.
Hello and welcome to another episode of AndersMill Knits and the final episode of 2020. Today is January 31st, so happy New Year's Eve to everyone who's joining me. I'm your host, Emily, and you can find me on Instagram as aka Millie907 and on Ravelry as aka Millie. And it is a very brisk, cold day. The house is pretty cold. I am literally wearing 2 hand knit sweaters, trying to stay warm, and I've got a little bit of a drip going on because it's so cold. But I'm so glad that I was able to sit down with you guys one last time in the year 2020. You know, I was contemplating putting it off for another week because we are going to have our get together tomorrow for New Year's Day at 10 a.m. via Zoom. Now, if you don't know about that one, if you go to my Instagram page, my Instagram profile page, and click on the link tree, something like that, the first thing that will pop up is a link to the Zoom meeting. Don't click on it until it's time to go in there. But because it'll, if you click on it, it'll like add you to my Zoom meeting at that point, and the meeting won't start until tomorrow morning, January 1st, 10 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. So what that means for practically everyone who will be joining us is that you will either be 1 hour ahead if you are in Washington and the Oregon area, 2 hours ahead if you're in like California and I think Arizona area, and pretty much everybody else is going to be at probably about 4 hours ahead. So for you, it'll either be 11 or it could even be 2 p.m. your time. So keep that in mind, please. I've had a lot of questions about that. I know Alaska Standard Time is its own time zone. And so we are that big of a state. Gotcha, beat Texas. But yes, so we've had a lot of questions about that. So just to clarify that for you. But I am so excited. The plan is that we're just going to get together. It's going to be just an easygoing meeting up of us. I'm going to record the Zoom session or the Zoom meeting. Oh, what do we call it? the Zoom knitting group, and we may put that on Instagram, on YouTube, and we may not. I don't know, but I do want to record it, at least for me. And if all goes well, we might just make this a regular thing. So we shall see. But anyway, so that's happening, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know, I'm just yenning, I have the urge to podcast and to record, and so I'm just gonna go for it. And the urge is so strong that I'm even going to be recording my audio podcast later today. So, it'll just be a fun time. Now, the format for my audio podcast is different. I take a slower approach to things a little bit, although I do share a little bit about what's going on with me, but I also, and my projects, but I also focus on some mental health things and hygge. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about my plans for my 2021 journaling. I'm going to be getting into art journaling for the first time in my life. I've always wanted to do it. Well, not always, but been wanting to do it for a long time. I've subscribed to a lot of art journaling groups online. I've got the Artist's Way book that my sister gave me a few years back, and I'm going to be looking into that. There's different opinions as to whether the Artist's Way is the best format for creativity or not, but because some people feel like it's a little bit too rigid and some people feel like it's a little too flowing, I think. I've never read it, but that's what I'm hearing from people who are reviewing it. And so I'm really looking forward, though, to forming my own opinions and seeing how it works for me. So in my Little Cabin Knits audio podcast that will be coming out within the next few days, we're going to be talking about my journaling goals, intentions, and we're also going to be talking about my 2021 goals, if you will, my intentions just overall. So that'll be the majority of that podcast. I will be touching base. I will be talking a little bit about my knitting projects, but since we're going to go over it all here, might as well do some more meat and potatoes in that one. Hey y'all, sorry, I needed to break in here to remind you about something else that I have going on. I started a Penpal group on Instagram. It's very informal, and I wanted to invite all of you who would like to participate to message me on Instagram. Remember, my handle is AKA Millie907. Message me and I will partner you up with myself or somebody else. But this is a chance for us to set aside all of that technology, mumbo jumbo, and get back to connecting through written word, through the actual tactile experience of writing to another person, of walking to the mailbox, of licking that stamp and putting it in there and hoping that it reaches them and that you get a reply within a month, right? And I can tell you that our first round of doing the pen pal was a pretty darn good success, and I made an amazing friend. And I am getting geared up to do another round and reassign partners, but that doesn't mean that you can't still write to your old partners. Please keep that up. You've made that connection, keep it going. But the goal is also to keep expanding our network of friends and inner circle. And so if you want to join, please do, or, message me here on YouTube if you'd like. So AKA Millie907, private message me, and it's for the Pen Pal exchange or group. So my reviewing notes, how things went for the holiday season, or for Christmas at least, was strange. I really enjoyed it in the end, but it was, I don't know, there was just this awkward feeling that I continue to have throughout it all. Like I didn't know what to do with myself, in other words, because it wasn't the normal spiel. or the normal traditions weren't taking place. For instance, on Christmas Eve, instead of gathering at my parents' house and having the whole, my dad or my oldest brother read to us the story of Christ's birth, and then the little ones acting it out and all this laughter and then singing carols together and everything, and stuffing ourselves so full of my mother's delicious food that you can't move. Instead, we gathered on Zoom for about an hour and a half, I want to say. And we did successfully read the story of Christ's birth, but we did try to do our sing-alongs, and that did not work because, Zoom only focuses on one voice at a time. So in the end, we just took turns of different people singing. And of course, one of our traditions is that, certain of us have songs that we sing every Christmas Eve. And my song that I've sung, I don't even know how long, well over a decade, if not a couple decades, is Amy Grant's Breath of Heaven song. And so I sang that, and I felt a little awkward because I didn't have my little sister accompanying me on the piano, but I did try. And then my little brother, he always sings, and he's an opera singer, and he was for a time a professional opera singer. Now he's an academic musicologist, and he always sings, oh my gosh, I had it a second ago. Oh, jeez. Well, it is a song that he always sings, and it's a John Denver song that my mom has always loved. And then my little sister, my little brother, and I always sing a trio of, I think it's Oh Beautiful Star, no. See, I can't remember any of them now. I tried to tell you about it. But anyway, so instead what we did was we all took turns singing different hymns or carols or songs that we traditionally sing, and then invited like the nieces and nephews to take turns, and it was just really, really lovely. And so then after that, I had planned on making Jeremy and I a big Christmas dinner, but I was just so exhausted. It had been a big day for me for work and the Christmas Eve festivities and organizing things. And so in the end, we had shrimp and pot stickers that I made, and hummus, yeah. Jeremy broke out the hummus, because, very Christmas Eve dinner-y stuff. But we enjoyed it. And then we opened our Christmas Eve presents, our PJs, and Jeremy got me the best present of all, like hands down. I don't know if it's a condition or something like that, or if it's just the way my body is made. My sisters also, and my mother also suffer from the same thing, in which when we go to bed, our bodies, for some odd reason, heat up, and especially our feet get very hot. At least it feels that way to us. And so there's all these people who sleep with socks on, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm so hot already. So it's gotten to the point that I usually sleep with one of those ice gel packs at the foot of my bed. Instead of one of those warming pans, I have an ice pack at the foot of my bed. And, it's not exactly comfortable for Jeremy if he's moving around under the covers, because he doesn't have this problem. Jeremy discovered that they actually make socks that have pockets in them for a gel pack to go on the sole of your foot and on the back of your foot, so around your back ankle area. And they're just my favorite thing ever. I just cannot tell you how wonderful it is. Is it because it's not just that I'm getting the coldness, but there's like this comforting tightness to the sock when I put it on that like soothes me, almost like a weighted blanket, or like my feet are being hugged. I don't know. But anyway, that honestly you know, I got a lot of things. My mother and my father gave me a Ninja food processor. No, a Ninja grill. It dehydrates, it air fries, it grills, it bakes. And I absolutely love that. And I'll show you something that I worked on this week on that. But hands down, my favorite gift is those socks. And it's not just because of the practicality of them. It's because, like, I literally just felt so, sorry, I'm gonna cry. I just felt so loved and noticed when he gave me those socks, you know? Because, you know, it's really uncomfortable when you're trying to go to sleep and you just, and I already suffer from insomnia and those kinds of things when my fibromyalgia flares up, and to add on the other layers of uncomfortableness on top of that has always been a struggle for me. So anyway, sorry, I'll stop crying now. Actually, I'm not sorry. Crying is good for you, and it's a beautiful thing. So that was that, and then he gave me this beautiful chain that I wear every day now, go along with the bracelet he gave me, and so the Ninja food processor, and then I got a printer, which I've been wanting for a long time, and I've been using it a lot this last week for work, but also for play and getting ready for my journaling stuff, and so I've been really excited about that. Then Christmas Day, you know, we opened presents in the morning and had a really fun time with that. I made us breakfast first. I made a hash, and then we opened our presents, and then we kind of just relaxed, and I baked the ham, and we had decided that we were willing to chance going over to my parents' house, to see them and to see my sister's kids, because I hadn't seen my sister or her two kids since March, since all this has taken place. And I just told Jeremy, like, I really need this. I really need some family time. So we did that, and I get tested for COVID pretty often, although I don't think I've been tested in about 2 weeks, but still, I try and get tested pretty often because I want to keep myself and my family safe. And even just going to the grocery store, I don't know if I get in contact with somebody, and though I'm wearing a mask, that does make me nervous. So anyway, and we had a great time there. I got there and we made, and my little brother and my mom were in the kitchen cooking, and so I joined them, and we were just laughing, and it was just like old times, and just Jeremy and my dad were in the living room just chatting away, and I could hear them laughing once in a while, and it just warmed my heart so much, because my ex-husband didn't have that relationship with my family, and to know that my partner now is able to develop that relationship with my family is amazing. Anyway, I'll stop going on about this. I'm gushing. But it's been, I've had a lot of great experiences over the last week. Even though I felt awkward, I still felt great. And I did have a Christmas Eve cast on, and it is actually done. So why don't we get into finished objects? So, case notes. I cast on the Neon Peak hat by She Thinks She Can on December 24th, and I finished it a few days ago, and I just have to say that I absolutely love it. Okay, I don't know if this will work, but you know what? This is warm and I am cold, so I'm going to continue to wear it. So there you go. I don't really think I look very good in hats, but I love it. I made the medium size of this. I knit it on US size 2. And let me just double check that that's actually what she called for, because this came out bigger than I expected. Let's see, needles, US size 2, yeah. And I wonder if it's the kind of thing that happened like with my stocking, where Jeremy's stocking is a lot smaller and my stocking got at least a third bigger. And I wonder if it's because my gauge is so different when I'm doing color work. So this is almost like a slouchy hat now. And I'm good with that. I actually like that. So I'm going to be wearing it like a slouchy hat going out. But if I were to knit it again, which, you know, I kind of am tempted, I think I would knit the smaller, size smaller, the smallest size, to go around my noggin. If I wanted more of the actual, like, is it a toque, or like for it to actually fit like that, less slouchy. But I love it. So what yarns did I use, guys? I used the Knit Picks palette again, and just gathering up all my colors here. There were 5 colors. The main color here is Finley Heather, and it is a kind of a gray, well, I would say it's more of a white with gray flecks in it. And then, let's see, going in order, this is color 1, which is Wonderland Heather. Color 2 is, color 2 is Seafaring. Seafaring. Color 3, which I feel I used the most of all the alternate colors, is Shoal, and I love this color. And then the Pop of Deliciousness is Mai Tai. And yeah, I just knew that off the top of my head because I just thought it was so lovely. So that's Mai Tai. And I even marked on the tags what colors and contrasting colors they were and stuff. I have enough here. I could easily knit another hat. Easily. So that's why another reason why I'm contemplating knitting another one. And what I had done was, because I didn't know if I was going to want, I didn't know if I was going to want this as the main color. So I also got Mist, which is just slightly darker, slightly grayer, I should say. So I got that just in case. And then I also picked 2 other contrasting colors to change out if I didn't like the Mai Tai. So I got the Cosmopolitan, which I love, and I really want to do this one, and the Mulberry. So my thought process is that I might even go a little cray-cray here. What would happen if I did that? So remember I said the biggest color that I used was Shoal. So you see these diamonds here? Though that's knit out of the Shoal. What if it was the pink? And then still keeping the contrasting color, Mai Tai. Am I going crazy? What's your thought process? What's your thoughts? I mean, I could like take that one out too and go like this. Ooh, oh my gosh, guys. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? What if I did that? Oh my gosh! Ooh, we might have another cast on tonight. No. I have plans. But I just love that. I just got so excited just talking about it. But I really love this color, Shoal. And it's not coming out correctly. It's coming out too yellow on the screen. But it's this beautiful, I mean, they call it Shoal, but it's like this blue-green. Maybe a little bit more blue than green. So, I love it. So I finished that, but I also finished another hat, which I love the pattern. It's the yarn that I'm not the most excited about. And I don't have the actual yarn in front of me, but I do have the other colorway that I have of it. So I knit Jeremy a hat using Lion Brown's Scarfie, which is a worsted weight. And this hat is the hat that I purchased recently from Knit for the Soul, Kay Hopkins. And see, now I've forgotten the name of the hat, and unfortunately, so I'll put it across the screen for you. Jeremy looks so cute in it. He doesn't want me to share a picture of him, so I'm going to respect that. But I like this, but the problem that I ran into is because this is acrylic, I thought to myself, oh, it'll be no big deal if I throw it in the wash. Well, now it's really, really fuzzy. and it caught onto some other, it distracted like glue or flypaper fuzzies from the other things that were in the wash with it. Lesson learned. But I think I knit this in 2 nights. And we haven't gone out for a walk in this yet because the weather just turned crazy. It got really warm and melted a lot of stuff, but not to the point that the roads and everything are safe, just to the point that it could be actually like seriously dangerous to drive it and let alone walk in. And I don't have any clamp-ons for my shoes right now. I keep forgetting to buy them. So we haven't been walking like we've been trying to do and we've made the goal to do. So, you know, he hasn't been wearing this yet. But we have plans. I'm going to go buy some clamp-ons. We're going to put on our new hats and we're going to go for a walk. That's right, baby. So that's done and that's done. So those are my 2 finished objects. So I'm wearing 2 sweaters and there's 2 hats. I don't know, guys. I'm weird, but I'm happy. Anyway, so that's our finished objects. Now, so what do I have on the needles? Where's the thing I wanted to show you first? Okay, so as soon as I finish this, like somehow I had forgotten that I was knitting another pattern of Kay's, and I don't know how I forgot, or just, I don't know, conveniently forgot, but I showed it to you guys a couple episodes ago. I'm just trying to find, there it is, the Forest Mosaic Cowl, and it's so beautiful, so beautiful. I love the diamonds. I can't wait to get down to those X's on the side here. Can't wait. I'm currently at this middle stripe section here. So let me show you what I have done. My colorways are both Madeline Tosh, and one is in ochre and the other one is a blue that I don't think I have the tag for anymore. But this is what I've done so far. And it's not according to her pattern. I've totally messed it up, but because I already messed it up, I just decided to go with it. You see this middle part here? That's all supposed to be blue, but I knit it, it's kind of like a stripey thing. And I like it, actually. It's fun. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty on the screen. Look at that. So where this marker is where I left off when last you saw this. And so just in the past couple days, I have knit all of this, and I'm having so much fun in the stripe area right now. Oh my gosh, it is just so much fun. And the texture is great because she combines garter stitches with stocking net stitches. So technically all of the blue, I believe, is supposed to be in stocking net, and then all of the gold, my ochre, is supposed to be in garter stitch. But what I did in this area here is I had started knitting both of them in garter, and I wasn't going to change that up. But what I love, let's see if you can see it. You see how the garter ridges pull up and create this bubble effect for these dots / stripe short dashes? I love that. It creates this beautiful tension and dynamic that I'm just in love with. So this is the back side. You can see all my floats. And there's the front. So I knit this flat, and I'm assuming I'm going to seam it up at the end. Okay, hold on. Where's the front? There it is. So it'll start looking like this, but a lot better when it's all done. I think that blue is going to look so nice next to my skin, and I can't wait. Of course, none of this matches. Like literally nothing matches in my knitting wardrobe. And so that's going to be one of my goals in 2021, is to start being more intentional about the things that I knit and the colors that I choose to knit them in. So like, for instance, I really just need a gray shawl. Nothing fantastic, nothing that people will just go, oh wow, but it will keep me warm and it'll go with everything. Like, I need something like that. So I need to work on that. But oh, I forgot to mention, I'm working on these on US size 6s, I believe. I think it's US size 6. Hold on, let me double check. I know I'm knitting to whatever the needles she mentions in here. Oh no, needle size 3. So the body is knit needle size in size 3, and then the rest is knit in size 2. This feels bigger than a 3, so now I'm worried. But it's working out well. I love the tension I'm getting. And of course, I have worn off. Ah, there it is. Nope, it is a US size 3. Emily's just being weird. So, and I have this being housed in one of my favorite bags of all times, and it is by the Rusted Stitch, or our good friend Stephanie of Hot Pink Socks. So her Etsy store is the Rusted Stitch. Oh no, I just noticed her tag came off. I like to keep the tags on. But she takes old sweaters that she finds at secondhand stores and repurposes them into bags. And this one, oh, I love this one so much. This is so Emily. Look, it kind of matches my hat. So I just love this one. I'm just so happy with that. So, and then the next thing I worked on was my Christmas socks, and I got the first one done. I don't know if I had shown you this last time. I feel like I showed you my first one being done last time. Doesn't that look like a child-sized sock? And yet it fits me perfectly. I don't know. But since I last spoke to you, I have gotten the ribbing done on the next one. So I need to do the leg of the socks. And this is the heel toe do-si-do by the Crazy Sock Lady pattern. And it's supposed to only, the heel toe do-si-do is only supposed to go on the front of the leg, and then it's supposed to travel down the foot. What I changed it up, I did it on all the way around the leg, and then I stopped doing it for the foot. And I kind of wish I hadn't. Kind of wish I'd continued it on the front of the foot because it looks a little funny. But you live, you learn. I might just rip it out and fix that thing. And this is living in my bag from 2018, I think. Maybe it was 2000. No, it was 2018 swap of 24 Days of Cheer. I love that bag. Then, because I've been enjoying my color work so much, I remembered a project that Stephanie, Hot Pink Socks, and I decided, I don't know how many years ago, to cast on together. Stephanie, maybe you can comment below to tell us how long ago this was. But Stephanie finished hers, and I never finished mine. I knit one, and I didn't finish it. But it is My Rainbow Heart, and this pattern comes with both the fingerless mitts and the hat pattern here. And they did the hearts and rainbows. And you can tell that this is an old pattern. It's been in the bag for a long time. Well, I had finished this beautiful, this is like back when I was married to Chris. I know that. This beautiful mitten. Let me put it on for you. It's a little bit tight, but it feels so good on. Whoops. Get rid of those. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? I did a pretty good job. I think this was my first color work project ever. So I had a hankering for it. So I cast on for the second one, and I have the ribbing complete. I think. I better double check that the ribbing's complete before I move on. But my new plan is because I've got so much of these two, which both of them are mystery skeins, although this one I do believe is from a mill in Washington, and it's a natural, it's a locally sourced sheep wool. But I have no idea what this one is, none at all, and I don't know if I put anything on my project page. But anyway, my thought process is I probably have enough here to do the matching, mitts and hat, and there you go. I'll have matching. I just love it. By the way, she thinks she can designer, if you want to design some mittens to go with this hat, I will not be opposed to that idea. I'm just saying. So, there's that. Oh, this might be the year of color work, guys. I am just, I get so, oh no, I caught my yarn. Okay. I get so wrapped up in it and so joyful as I'm knitting it that I just cannot stop. So, speaking of color work, I pulled out just now this big honkin' bag here from the Fat Squirrel Speaks. I pulled out my sweater that I had started a while back, and it needs to get done. Now I think it's too big for me again. I'm pretty darn sure it's too big for me, but I don't care. I want it done. And I think that's why I stopped working on it, is because I was so frustrated that yet again, even though I keep going down and down sizes, they're always too big for me, and I cannot seem to recognize that I am not as big as I think I am. And but I am going to pick up and finish the sleeves on this and the yoke, because that's all that needs to be done, or the collar. That's all that needs to be done, people. So this is huge, actually. It's probably just as big as the, yeah, this is gonna be way too big on me, but that's okay. I don't mind. And this is the Once and Floral sweater by Maxim Cyr. Maxim Cyr. Do I have the pattern in here? Of course I don't. But I am knitting this on one of my absolute all-time favorite yarns, Elspeth Level's Silky Wool. And this is her, I think, let's see, 50 grams, 192 yards each. And this is almost a fingering weight. It's kind of between a sport weight and a fingering weight yarn. Boy, I can't talk, can I? So that is on the needles, and instead of doing a New Year's Eve cast on, what I thought was I would do a New Year's Eve pickup. And I would pick this up and figure out where the heck I am. I gotta find the pattern. I don't even know where the pattern is, people! And figure out where the heck I am. I know I'm on the sleeves, so I just gotta figure out what size I was knitting and everything like that, and just go for it tonight. So I plan on dedicating this evening to doing that, because honestly I don't think we really have much planned. So there are some other things I wanted to share with you that I got for Christmas. Some knitting goodies and some goodies in general. Jeremy got me this book called The Christmas Table. And I warned him, I said, I can't start reading a Christmas book on Christmas Day. It'll have to wait until next year. And he just kind of giggled, well, chuckled. And it's like, yeah, I kind of figured. So, and then a coworker got me this, All About Love by Bell Hooks. And I'm really looking forward to this. It's kind of like an academic look at love. Let me just read a little bit here. The word love is most often defined as a noun, yet we would all love better if we used it as a verb. So this writes Bell Hooks as she comes out fighting on fire in All About Love. Here are her most provocative and intensely personal. The renowned scholar, cultural critic, and feminist skewers our view of love as romance. In its place, she offers a proactive new ethic for a people and a society bereft with lovelessness. I'm fascinated by this, and I'm so grateful for my coworker for giving me that. So that's on my list for 2021 to read. Then I got a beautiful package. Hold on, let me gather it all up. From my knitting bestie, Stephanie, and for Christmas. And I felt so honored by that. There it is, the piece de resistance. So she gave me a little package, and okay, so the first thing I have to share, which I think is a piece de resistance, is this beautiful ornament that her daughters made me. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So now that I've shared this with you, it's going back on my window, which, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to take a picture and send that to Stephanie. But I have this on my window and the light shines through it. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'll take a picture and post it on here and insert it here so you guys can all see what in the world I'm talking about. So I love this. It's my favorite. Then she sent me, as she always does, a pom-pom, which I was wondering, would that look too weird on here? Opinions, people? Can I pull this off? Then she sent me, okay, hold on. We're getting to the yarn. Hold on, though. But there's so much fun stuff. Okay. She sent me some stitch markers, and the best one is she got me a stitch marker of Watson. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, I just can't. Ah, it's so freaking good. So freaking good. So there's that. Okay, now, all right. Then one more thing that she got me before the yarn. She got me this cross stitch pattern, which I love. It says, "Be a light to the world." And I'm honestly tempted to cross stitch this up and send it back to her. So, because honestly, of all the people I know, Stephanie is the light of the world. She does so much good for so many people, and she never asks for anything in return. She literally never asks for anything in return. I admire that selflessness, but a lot of the times I don't get it because I think I'm always seeking for something in return. And I wish I had that ability to let that part go, that seeking part go, but at the moment I don't have it. So speaking of generosity from her, she sent me 2 beautiful yarns. So I've never heard of this one. Feeder Brook Farm. I think this might even be hand spun. I'm thinking this is hand spun. So this is BFL, 4 ounces, 260 yards. And then it has this thing at the bottom that I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a colorway or if it's the name of a sheep or what. But it says OGEEH. See that? OGEEH right there. And I have no idea what that means. I'm just so curious. And then she says to use US size 6 needles on this. So oh my gosh, this is so freaking soft and squishy. But the problem is I don't think this is my color. Well, maybe. I think I could pull this off. Don't you? Mittens. Oh my gosh, mittens. Okay. Calm down, Emily. Calm down. It's okay. We're good. So there you go. Then she sent me, oh, it's so luscious. Socks That Rock. No, I'm sorry. Blue Moon Fiber Arts in their Seduction base, the Wanda colorway. Look at that. Now that is an Emily color. I mean, look what I'm wearing, for heaven's sakes. Right? Just all the colors of Emily in one. So this has to be a shawl because it's, let's see, where does it say? 50% merino and 50% tencel, which is almost like silk in my opinion. It's just so soft and silky and luscious and smooth. Ah, it's lovely. So I'm thinking it has to be a shawl, so because the drape is going to be astounding. So there you go. Then to go with that, she sent me, oh my gosh, I still haven't eaten any of these yet. I will. So she sent me some stash teas, Christmas in Paris, and she sent me some strumpf waffles. So she tells me to put it on top of my tea and just let it, I think that's what, I have to read the text message again. I think that's what Stephanie said to do. Thank you, Steph. I love you. So that was my gift from her. And then from Shauna, my swap package girl for 24 days of cheer, she sent me for the 25th day, I got this beautiful bag, which I just absolutely love. just love. And it's got this little charm on the end of ladybug. Is that what that is? I think that's a ladybug. And then the colorway, which I cannot figure out what to knit with it, is from Republic of Wool, Jolly and Bright in their flossy fingering. Oh, guys, just check out this bad boy. Like, how can you not love this? Can you see the speckles? Are you guys seeing that? Take that in. So this is 75/25 superwash merino and nylon, 463 yards. Now, I could knit these as socks, and I could save this until next year to be my next year's Christmas socks. Or I could do something else. I just don't know. One of the things that I thought to myself was I could hold it double and knit myself another warm hat. I'm really into hats right now. I've never been into knitting hats in my entire knitting career or life. But all of a sudden, I'm just into it. Like, it's all your fault, Kay Hopkins, and she thinks she can. It's all your fault. If you guys didn't have such good patterns, such easy instructions, maybe I wouldn't have this problem. It's a good problem to have, though. So the last thing I'll share with you, but hold on a second, I'm sorry, I really got to take a drink. Okay, there you go. So there's two things I want to talk about last, and well, one thing I want to share and one thing I want to talk about. The sharing is, oh my gosh, that smells so good. So with my new Ninja grill, I dried a bunch of lemon slices and orange slices, and I've got some cinnamon sticks that I've been saving, and I need to go out and buy some twine, but I'm gonna string these up and put it along the windows, or I'm going to string them up lengthways and make a bunch of, and leave out the cinnamon and put it out for the birds for the winter, because it's hard for them to, I think that's probably more what I should do, because it's hard for them to gather right now. And I've been really wanting to get a bird feeder and get that out there. I think that would be really worthwhile. So, okay, so that last thing that I said I wanted to talk about, I'm actually going to pause, make a video to insert into an earlier segment. So, to all of you out there, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys. You make my life so much better by you being in it, by you deigning to watch me blather on and then talk to me on social media and YouTube. I just absolutely love it. And I want you to know that I am so grateful for the time that we spend together. You know, when I walk away sometimes or take a break from podcasting, I always think to myself how difficult it's going to be to get back into it. And that first episode is very difficult, actually. Finding your stride, or who are we kidding? I never find my stride. But you know, I do try from time to time to be a little more professional. No, I don't. But once I'm back into it and I reconnect with everybody, I love it so much. And I wonder always why I stopped. I never understand why I would have stopped. So thank you so much for being that light, that shining light in my life, and for being my friends. And I hope to see you all tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. my time, Alaska time. Remember, check your times tables to find out what time it is your time. It'll probably be at least an hour ahead of me. So it could be anywhere from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or if you're in a whole other country, I can't even know. I don't even know. I hope you can figure it out and join us. And remember to knit what you love and love what you knit. Ta-ta for now.